So, guys, Aaron Rodgers, as we all seen, rumors all over the place. He's in a situation now where he's contemplating retirement. You have a lot of the Green Bay Packers front management saying publicly now that you know it's not necessarily he's not necessarily our only option. We're looking at all these different options, and we're prepared to go without Aaron Rodgers, which would have been crazy to hear a few years ago, even last year because he was the MVP. I will just say I think it's interesting, Alan, and I know that's your team. But man, I feel like you and my team just sits at complete opposite sides of the spectrum right now. And I say that because as a Seahawks fan, we were smart enough to trade Russell Wilson when the going was still high and when he was what, his 33, 34 year season. And man, like he's always been getting a little worse in the last few seasons. We all
He's
saw it.
already that old?
Yeah. Russell Wilson's old. Yeah,
he was 24 when he was drafted.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, right.
In fact, Russell Wilson was Cam Newton's age, and then Cam Newton was a year or two ahead of him. So
You got to remember that he actually started his college career in North Carolina before going to Wisconsin. He was a 5-year guy.
I know you.
He was a graduate.
You said North Carolina.
North Carolina State. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm about to say I'm not a UNC fan anymore. Not if he went there.
Long story short, you trade Russell Wilson, you get 2 first-round picks, you get 2 second-round picks, and Russell Wilson has never been Aaron Rodgers, And so Aaron Rodgers, I get the age. Yes, he was older, so maybe the value would have been more appropriate and it would have been closer. But yeah, the Packers could have traded Aaron Rodgers last year after an MVP season, and you probably had a few teams that felt like they were in win-now mode that needed a QB that would have been ready to strike. And so long story short, Alan, what are your Packers going to do, man? I feel like they're in a situation where they should have already traded Aaron Rodgers because at best, it sounds like they're only going to get maybe a second-round pick for him. I'd be really surprised if the team gave up a first round for a 39-year-old who could be having his last season, man. What do you think the Packers are going to do?
I mean, obviously, the only thing they can do if he doesn't retire is they're going to have to trade him, right? They're going to have to trade him.
Didn't they already come out and say they don't want him to?
Yeah, they pretty much said that he's not an option. He's not in the equation.
They're willing to go with different options, basically, which would be crazy.
Which, you would think is kind of nuts because I personally myself, I think that Green Bay is still the best fit for him, even though the Jets have, a team that's ready to win now if they have a general. But, he's familiar with those guys. He's got a year under his belt with the rookies, and I still think that Green Bay is the spot for him, but it's pretty obvious that they're both fed up with each other. So he's got to go. He's got to go. Now, as far as where he ends up, I'm not sure. I think that the Jets are the front office is actually pretty high on him, but I remember when the talk first started, there were a lot of guys that were chirping in the locker room that they didn't want him. So now all of a sudden they've made a 360 or a 180, and now they all of a sudden want him. They're tweeting and all this other kind of stuff. So
he made a whole video.
So
He's like, I'll burn the cheese head for you.
So I still think the state of Florida might be a better fit for him, whether it be in Tampa Bay or Miami.
At least it's not Las Vegas.
I don't know if Miami is willing to give up anything for him, but Tampa Bay probably has a lot to offer. And but personally myself now, after all this stuff that's gone on, I would love to see him just go ahead and retire and be done with it, and just get yourself out of the football light. I mean, you can still be a diva if you want to, but just do it outside of football now. He's kind of played himself out, and everybody's kind of tired of it. And I'm one of them people that, even though I got great love for him and my team, but just walk away. Just walk away into the sunset. Everybody talks about, you got to be a champion. You won a title. You got that under your belt. You multiple MVPs. More than one expert has said that he's the greatest talent that's ever played the position. So, just walk away.
For me,
man. Alan, Packer QB is outside of football.
They always go to the Jets.
Brett Rodgers,
Yeah,
that's
they
true.
do, don't they?
For me though, it's like there's two reasons why he can't retire. One, you can't retire the same year as Brady. You won't be the top name that retired that year. And two, you're giving up $50 million.
Matter, bro. You're still a first
I
year.
know, but to you guys, yeah, but to you guys,
so it doesn't matter.
Even though Efren has like one of the biggest egos I know, it doesn't even touch Aaron Rodgers' ego. He's not gonna allow it for Brady to retire the same year as him. He needs to be number one.
It doesn't matter, bro. He's always been in the shadow of Brady his whole career, so it doesn't really matter.
It's kind of like when they say,
really matter.
I'm not gonna say that. I'll tell you guys afterwards because I can't say that on the thing. But I can't. But no. And then on top of that, he's making 50 mil. He's making 50 mil. So
he wouldn't be the first athlete to walk away from a big contract, bro. He wouldn't be the first.
First or the last.
But
not the last.
But also,
last question. I'll go ahead, KJ.
But also, I think he will go to the Jets, but he's got to be prepared because he's not gonna. He's so arrogant. He's gonna have to deal with New York media, which is way worse than Wisconsin media or whatever. He's gonna have to answer all these questions. He can't just be the way he is.
He's already in the nationwide media. Everybody's talking about him.
It's different.
He would be frontline New York, media, but he's already there.
I'm not saying in terms of like. I'm not saying in terms of he can't handle it. I'm saying he needs to answer those questions, or else he's gonna get heckled.
KJ.
Bro, he's going to answer him just like he did in Wisconsin. Yeah. He's going to lie about shit, and he's going to say whatever he wants to.
KJ, just look at this. You're going to a team that has a defense set for you and is going to have a run game. What is he going to be able to say if he does win a Super Bowl there?
And that's way more than Favre had when he went to New York.
Yeah, when he went to New York.
That's true.
And he took him to the conference finals.
Conference finals, yeah, too. That's what I'm telling you. That's what you got to remember. So this guy can choose to leave or go there, and he's gonna make the right decision. It don't matter what it is.
After his time in darkness, he still hasn't made a decision.
Hey, well, no, he has. He said he has.
That's why everybody's saying that time in darkness is overrated, bro, because he didn't get anything out of it.
But one thing, I think he has his answer. He's just because the media was over there trying to act dumb with him the whole time. That's why he's That's why he's doing this to the media. This isn't towards the team. This is all towards the media. Yeah, it affects Green Bay. But let's be honest. Who wouldn't want Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback on their team? You name a team that
Raiders
would not want him.
Raiders.
The Raiders, bruh.
We don't want him.
The Raiders want him.
They're crying for him. Bro, if we could trade Dak Prescott for Aaron Rodgers, we would love him in Dallas.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Amos?
Yeah, because he already owns Texas Stadium, bro. Ain't he called Rogers Stadium?